Guys, Dan with Barrel Blades and Barbells. Today I'm doing a review on Sightmark Mini Shot Pro Series, SKU number SM26006. I've been using this on my CAA Gear Up Micro Roni for a little while now, and have also used it on my Glock 19. A couple things I'm actually going to review is the optic itself and the mount system that I bought with it. So. First off, a couple things. It is digital. Obviously, most of these are, but it's pretty small. But it is one MOA click adjustment, so it's at 100 yards, you're one MOA. The reticle itself is 5 MOA, so it's not too terribly big. You know, when you're outside and you're shooting, sometimes it can be kind of difficult to see when they get too small. So this one isn't too terribly small, but at the distance you're going to be averaging shooting something like this, it's about perfect. It does have a protective shield that you can actually put on it. As you see here, this is actually a sleeve that you can add or remove according to whatever it is you're doing. When I was running it on my Glock 19, I actually didn't have it on there, just for space save and the weight. Not that it weighs that much, but on my my sidearm, I didn't want to have that extra weight. And this is rated for anything up to 50 cal, so you could run it on a Desert Eagle, or for that matter a backup optic on a BMG, I guess. It says 50 cal, so I'm assuming it's good for that. Inside the box, you do have a large riser that you can use. It's got 4 pins, locks it in place, 2 screws, 2 set screws. This is not quick detach. This is actually a screw-on type, which it may not be quick detach, but if you can't screw that off in 10 seconds, there's something wrong. It does come with the Allen wrench and a screwdriver supplied for actually your adjustment, and an extra set of screws and an extra battery, which was kind of nice because I've been known to burn through batteries. So the optic itself. So one thing I really liked about it is it isn't just one light setting. It actually has, I believe, 6 on it. So the on button, you just push it. It is a single button function. So basically you hit the button once, it comes on, and then if you continue to hit it, it will cycle through the brightnesses down to one that is, I won't say impossible to see, but it is really, really dim. So if you're trying to run it through a night vision or something like that, it actually is dim enough you could probably do that and get away with it. On is single button push, off is single button hold, and it shuts off. So it's pretty simple on functionality. Sighting it in, I actually had it from the factory. I didn't do any adjustment with it originally and was using it on the pistol. Not exact, but was close enough for what I was doing at the time. I wanted to actually sight it in on the Micro Roni, and I used a bore sight, ran the bore sight into the Glock in the Micro Roni, and then actually sighted it in here in the house. And it's sighted in at about 25 yards, 35 yards, somewhere in there. I didn't get exact with it. I just wanted to get it dialed in to be able to take it out and run some rounds through it and get a good feel for it. I do plan on this summer, dialing it down to where I can semi-accurately reach out to 100 yards with it. We'll see how that goes. But took it out after I sighted it in with the bore sight and worked flawlessly. I took it down to my buddy Miller's house. He had no problems with it. Never shot a Roni or the Mini Shot before. Was ding and steal, no problem. So the thing is super easy to use, super easy to install. I'm going to actually review this little guy right here now. This is actually their Glock Plate. So some people don't necessarily want to do a RMR cut on their slide. Now eventually I do plan on doing it, but they cost money, and well, I don't have the money for that right now. So what you can actually do is buy this plate. I believe it was either $20 or $25, I can't remember, but it actually replaces the rear sight. So you actually have to pry it out, have to do the cross pry and pry this thing back in or force it in, and it's the dovetail there. But it actually has 2 set screws on the top of it that go in, and then these 2 holes right here are actually made for that right there. So hopefully you guys can see there's two set screws right there that are Allen screws, and these two are just standard Phillips head. But it just mounts on there. I actually had this off. The one reason I took it off was because I wanted to run it in my Microroni. I had it mounted on here, the optic, and my wife actually bought me the Microroni for Christmas, so didn't know I was getting it, and that's why this got taken off, so I could run it in the Microroni. You can't run both at the same time. But it's not that big of a deal because 4 set screws, you can pop it right off. 4 set screws, it goes right back on. No major issues. I probably would have to re-sight it into the Glock itself just because of the height, but that's not a big deal. Bore sights are fairly inexpensive and easy to use. So overall, I really like this thing. Adjustments, super easy. It comes with its own screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. You just pop it in there, left, right, up, down, or excuse me, up, down, left, right. So it's pretty easy to install. I mean, 5-10 minutes tops. You've got this thing installed, and you know, throw a bore sight in it, adjust it, and you're dinging steel at 50 yards for sure. So yeah, I really like this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give me a like and a follow there. So, and I'll talk to you guys next time.